Good day and welcome. That is to the Sport Wrap Up Show. This is your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha. And definitely there is a lot that is happening and there's a lot that we will show you. But first, we have to take you down memory lane. And that was one thing, the pool and billiards, something that's an event that is coming up and they are actually excited about it as well. Let's hear from Shemaine Kotze in terms of what she had to say. The Sport Rep is joined, that is by Shemaine Kotze, Public Relations Officer of the Namibia Pool and Billiards Federation. I'm sure many Namibians will be aware or are familiar with pool and all those stuff. But I'm joined by Shemaine here. Welcome to the Sport Rep, Shemaine.
Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here and talk about something that I personally enjoy and love.
Wonderful stuff there. Speaking of pool and billiards, Shemaine, can you just explain what the Federation does and what it is about?
Okay, basically the Federation, we as a group, we are currently 6 in a group, and we were chosen by our fellow players in order to ensure that pool is run correctly and that pool gets seen as a legitimate sport in Namibia. I mean, a lot of people see it as only a place for people to hang out at bars, but no one really knows how much you need to use your brain. And I mean, it's a very tactic game. It's a very tactic sport. So we are there to ensure that Namibia sees us, hears us, and take us forward, so that we can come onto the level of which South Africa is now.
Yes, definitely. South Africa, many would attest to that, that it is at a very advanced level in terms of pool and all that. How has the response been from the general public and everyone involved, and in terms of the Sports Commission, the support and all?
So far, we've had, for the last 5 months now, we've had the MBBF League. So far, it's been going very well. Everyone is enjoying it. We are currently coming to an end with the MBBF League, but they are starting to work out. We are starting to work out, our league administrator at least, starting to work out regarding the rankings for individuals as well as the rankings of teams. So pool has grown a lot. I mean, I started 2 years back, and what it used to be and what it is now, people are really starting to see pool as
a sport that needs to be definitely put up there with the other sports, of course. So definitely there are a lot of plans coming up, as you said, a lot of administration work still to be done in order to make sure that you are at that level that you want to be, and you, as you stated there, so far everything is going well. What has been some of the challenges?
Okay, so a couple of things that we as a group have been working on as the committee. We are working towards a referee training session, which will start on the 28th of November. First level, second level, and third level. Obviously, the first level is for beginners, and if you have done the first level already, you can continue on to the second and the third level. Then we are also working on Champ of Champs, which will then take place on the 29th and the 30th of November. We are still working on venues for that, because as you know, we are coastal bound as well. So it's Windhoek, there's a couple of clubs. Coastal is, there's a lot of other towns growing pool as well now. So, I mean, this year it's Swakopmund, it is Windhoek, it is Walvis Bay, so it's Gobabis as well. We want to grow it even more, so we're looking towards Reebot as well, because there's a couple of people that play pool from Reebot, but they have the tendency to come in most now, or they have to come in.
Yeah, they have to come
Not the tendency, but they have to come in. But we're working towards that as well. Because I mean, you would like to play your sport, and you would just like to enjoy it and not stress about driving that far.
Yes, definitely. As you said, have you guys been involved in international competitions so far?
Last year, yes. There was a group who traveled to SA or South Africa. I'm not completely sure how they did on that side, but as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned, they did very well. They're a group of 7.
Yeah.
So it's 7 ladies and 7 men. They are still currently part of the Namibian team, but they are really a force to be reckoned with. They are, and they've been growing ever since last year. I've played a couple of games against the ladies. The other night I was like, sure. Some work to do.
Competition. Well, I think pool is quite an interesting thing. I mean, many that have grown up in the townships and all that is a game. Like you said, it's people took it for fun. And the fact that it's becoming more of something that is a sport that can actually also generate income for families and stuff like that. Apart from the plans that you have outlined here, what is the future outlook, the general future outlook of it? Where do you guys want to see yourselves, let's say, for in the next 5 to 10 years?
I personally myself, because I enjoy it so much, and I know there's a couple of people who spoke to me about what they see for the future of pool as well, is we really want to grow it in such way that, I mean, this year we are 156 players.
Wow.
And we want to grow it past 200. And we want to start sending teams more on a regular basis to South Africa. Because, like I said, they are on a whole different level than we are. So if we can get to that level, then we can start hosting South Africa, bringing them here. Letting them play a league against us on this side. So we want to start doing that, or I really want pool to go to
that level.
Yes.
In terms of sponsorships and revenue and stuff like that, at which level are you guys right now?
Currently, as the new the AGM was held not too long ago, so we are the new committee. So I am, as PRO, currently busy working on some sponsorships for us. And then also the Champs of Champs is also a way forward, according to, what do you call it?
According to driving that in terms of getting the sponsors and all that. Speaking of the Champs of Champs, before we conclude, definitely we are looking forward to the competitions that are coming up, definitely. But how is the entries and everything in that? Is that sorted? Where will people be entering into the competition and all that? And are there any Facebook pages where people can go to get, or any websites?
Okay, so the Champ of Champs, like I mentioned, it will be on the 29th and the 30th of November. We are still busy with the nitty-gritty parts of it, but usual places where you can sign up for the competition, as we as committee is still busy working that out. We will send out everything, and then you can start signing up for the next league or the Champ of Champs, either by Mint or King Q's or Kippie's Dance Bar. At the coast, it's Sparta again, Sparta Sports Club, United Sports Club. It is also Celtic on that side, Coastal Warriors on that side. There's a whole lot of places where you can sign up for that, yes. But like I said, that is still to go out.
You heard from Charmaine Kotze there. Definitely it is the sport wrap-up show in terms of what has happened. Definitely Charmaine Kotze is an interview that we have done that is very close to the hearts of many that plays pool. Definitely let's speak of the latest, and it's the August 7th that was being played at the coast this weekend, and definitely there has been a lot of stuff happening there. Drama, commotion, counter thrust after thrust. Let's hear from Leandra Mowers what she has for us.
With me is here very two important gentlemen, Bogan and Antonio. You're probably wondering where we're at, but if you're in Swakopmund, you probably know what is happening. Now it's the Ongos Valley 7th, and of course it's also the Day of Dolphin here at the Venita Central Stadium in Swakopmund. Now we are almost at the finals. The cream of the crop is about to play. Just quickly tell me, why sevens? Why did Ongos Valley decide to get involved with sevens?
You know, Ongos Valley, we are very passionate about development. We are very passionate about our communities. We're very passionate about the ecosystems that we create around communities. And sports forms a critical part of that ecosystem, and it speaks directly to development. Now, the sevens brand of rugby speaks directly to our community. It just makes sense for us to go into partnering with the NRU to do a sevens competition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, like I said, we're at the finals, and you guys have probably been here all day. So, how has it been? Talk to us a bit about the Coastal League.
Look, this is something beautiful. This is something big. The teams came out in full force. We've seen beautiful rugby being played here, and definitely we're very sure that the finals is not going to disappoint.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not.
We are very excited about it.
Exactly. But tell us, why Day of Dolphin?
Look, when you talk about community, you need to understand what goes on in the community. So if you look at Swakop and we thought we must hold a coastal leg, it just makes sense.
Yes.
Dolphins is the Swakop club. You don't want to impose a structure or a culture or change the culture that is there. So we thought it's a partnership made in heaven because it's a big day, it's a rugby day. People respected, people attended, and as we can see, there people came out in numbers today.
Oh, definitely. Tell us a bit about what's next. I know next weekend is another thrilling weekend of some rugby action. Just tell us.
Okay, so basically next weekend is when we have now the finals in Windhoek. We are very much assured that these numbers will double. Seeing as it's the maiden season of the Ongos Rugby Sevens, so we're just looking at better outcome, better performances, greater performances, in fact. Yeah, and but everybody should come through on the next weekend for this Rugby Sevens, because look, only a community that comes together will yield greater results. And this is something that is going to be here for years to come, I can guarantee you that.
Exactly, I just wanted to ask that now. It's not just a one-time
No. It's not a one-time partnership. It's not a one-time event. This is the start of it.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the start of it. And I can guarantee, I can probably promise you, long after we're gone, Ongos Sevens is still going to be around.
I love the way you put that, Gabby. I love the way you put that. So next weekend, it's the culmination of and what we call the Festival of Rugby.
Yeah.
Where we've got the ladies playing on the Friday afternoon, and we've got the men playing on the Saturday. And what we've done is, because we've held the legs in the south and at the coast, it created a setup where teams can be chosen. So we've got an all-star team coming from the south, got an all-star team coming from the coast to participate with the Premier League teams in the finals.
Awesome.
And
Very
that's also
exciting.
trials,
Exactly.
for the national team.
Yeah, I understand that as well.
Yes.
So this is so awesome. It is awesome. Like I said, Ongos Valley Sevens. We are here at the Vanita Stadium, the Vanita Central Stadium.
Yeah.
Very important. There's a lot of
Central
stadiums.
Stadium.
Very important. So if you have not made your way to the stadium, now is your chance. We're getting ready for the finals. Thank you so much, Walton and Antonio, for speaking to me. I appreciate this, and we appreciate Ongos Valley.
Thank you very
It
much.
was a pleasure, eh?
Thanks.
Which one do I introduce now? Definitely, there has been some beautiful stuff and beautiful events of the Ongos Sevens. Definitely, Leandra Mo is making sure that we have been covered there. We still have a lot to go. Let's take a commercial break and then we'll come back after this.
Connection. It's in the human touch, the feeling of belonging. It inspires us and empowers us, creates clarity from complexity. It starts new conversations, unlocks the power of advice, and makes an impact on your life. At Alex Forbes, we pioneer insight to provide you with advice that connects your decisions of today to your impact tomorrow.
Something from the Deche Horror School, that's the DHPS, where Mariette Gula was somewhat witnessing one of the finest basketball events of the year. And definitely let's hear from him and see the footage that he has brought for us.
All right, Denzel, you led your team in assists and points. Tell me, how was the game? How was the experience? How was the first playoff game?
All the more honesty here, but we're all came hungry and it looks like we really got the victory. My first playoff game, I honestly I played the best. I know I can do much better, but yeah, we got the dub and we have to work in Sunday's game too. We're out to get it again.
How has it been played so far for the finals?
I've done practices by myself, gone working out, extra shooting, getting to talk to my teammates about things and stuff that can help both benefit us and I felt like it has worked in the game as well.
Alright, well, thank you very much. Good luck on your second game.
Thank you very much for interviewing me.
Alright, we are here with Coach Melusi, coach of the Young Penguins. Coach, you just won your first game, your first final game. Can you tell us how you guys performed, the adjustments you made when BAS caught up in the third quarter? What did you guys fix? What was missing?
I think we just needed to be more patient. We gave them the game. We made them come back by not being patient. We were leading. I was ready for us to rush, and then we rushed to make turnovers. We just needed to calm down and just move the ball around, get our 2 points, play defense.
On a scale from 1 to 5, how prepared are your team for the finals?
Honestly speaking, we were not prepared. We were at 3%, it's at 3 out of 5. But I think this game gives us an idea of what to do now. So we'll go and work on it.
Thank you very much. Good luck on your second game. Thank you very much.
Big stuff there at the basketball. Definitely a very brilliant season that many of the teams have had. Definitely it comes to one that has to win everything. And said for the other teams, though you shouldn't be afraid, you will play again next season. Speaking about seasons, it's Ariana Marie, our Formula One specialist, somebody that has done a lot of contributions to this show. Let's hear from her.
Potentially the F1 community's biggest fear has been confirmed as Visa Cash App Racing Bulls have confirmed that Liam Lawson will be replacing Daniel Ricciardo from the Austin GP in the United States. This notably without a farewell, which a lot of fans and a lot of presenters within Formula One, a lot of stakeholders within Formula One have blatantly stated that they believe Daniel Ricciardo at the very least deserved a farewell. He's been sort of a ray of sunshine on the paddock and a lot of people's favorite driver because of that big smile, the sunshiny personality. And a lot of people believe that this is now the end of the line for Daniel Ricciardo. He has come to this point before where a lot of people believed it was over and he was retained by Red Bull as a reserve driver before he was put back into AlphaTauri, which later became Visa Cash App Racing Bulls. But a lot of people believe that this is truly the end of the line for Daniel Ricciardo. This is the end of his career, and a spectacular career, I must say, a long career, lots of different constructors. A very controversial move from Daniel Ricciardo to have left Red Bull in the first place, and then, he went to a string of different constructors. But I would not be surprised if Daniel Ricciardo returns to Formula One in a broadcasting capacity, in a capacity that celebrates him not only for his experience as a driver, but also for that personality that fans and other presenters know him for and love him for. So it really would not come to me as a surprise if Daniel Ricciardo were to return to our screens in a Formula One capacity, albeit not with a helmet on his head. This is not something new. Jolyon Palmer, David Coulthard, Martin Brundle, these are all people who used to be drivers and are now utilized in broadcasting and in the media experience in Formula One. to add sort of an expert voice. And what a better expert voice, and what a better balance of an expert voice and the experience of a driver with an on-screen personality, with a personality that translates well to a viewer who is far away. So I would really not be surprised if we see that from Daniel Ricciardo. Nonetheless, he has, as I said, had a spectacular career. I have some stats here for you. 257 Grand Prix, his first Grand Prix at Silverstone in 2011. 266 total involvements, so that is involvements including things like sprint races and so on. 14 seasons in Formula One, 8 wins, a fan favorite being his win in Monaco in 2018. 3 pole positions, driving for 7 different constructors, 1,329 points over the span of his career, 17 fastest laps, notably his last lap in Singapore being the 17th of those, 340 laps led, 71,417 kilometers raced, and his best ranking in the World Drivers' Championship being 3rd. That was both in 2014 and 2016, as well as 32 podiums. Quite a mouthful, quite a big career from Daniel Ricciardo, a valiant attempt from Daniel Ricciardo, a career and a driver that the Formula One community will not forget easily, will not let go of easily, not only because of that big, lovely personality, but because of this career, because of what I've just told you about this man's career. But notably, I told you 32 podiums, and this is what a lot of people aren't talking about when they talk about Daniel Ricciardo. And it's very sad for me to say this, but in comparison to his 32 podiums, Daniel Ricciardo had 39 retirements. And this is what we're not talking about, is he was a fantastic driver. He was a fantastic driver to have in Formula One, and I would never deny that, and I would never say anything different. But at the end of the day, the statistics speak for themselves, and it's really hard to come to terms with that when you're looking at Daniel Ricciardo with this huge smile. But this is what it is, and truly, motorsport.com says that Daniel Ricciardo, they theorize rather, that Daniel Ricciardo was not let go because of performance concerns. He was let go because he was not performing well enough for the end goal. He was not let go because he wasn't performing well enough for Visa Cash App Racing Bulls. It was very clear from the moment that Daniel Ricciardo stepped into that AlphaTauri seat that he was going, this was essentially an audition for Red Bull Racing. That's what AlphaTauri is. That's what it has been through Toro Rosso, through VCARB, through everything that it's gone through. That's what Red Bull's second team have always been. An audition for the big boy team, for Red Bull Racing, where Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez currently are. So this was supposed to be Daniel Ricciardo's audition to get back into Red Bull Racing. But he has not really shown that he has what it takes to get back into that seat. And that's a big thing, because Red Bull have an incredibly packed junior program. There is very few junior programs like the Red Bull junior program. Very few of the programs on the paddock even touch Red Bull Racing's junior program. One of those is Liam Lawson. So motorsport.com theorizes that Liam Lawson is now being put into the seat for his audition, because Red Bull Racing really need to be, give it their all when they get into 2026 with the new regulations. They cannot be caught on the back foot. They've been dominant in this era. They've been quite strong in this era, even though they are currently second in the Constructors' Championship. This era and this set of regulations, they've been dominant in. They've done quite well with it. But with a new set of regulations, they're going to have to figure it out from scratch, and they're not going to have Adrian Newey to help them do that. So they need the best possible drivers. So they need to weed through these juniors that they have in their junior program and try and get the best fit for them so that they can get that best fit into Red Bull Racing.
Definitely. Thank you, Irina Marie van der Waal, there for that analysis in terms of Formula One. Keep doing that. We appreciate it as well. And now, speaking of the last segment of the show, here we are speaking of inspirational stories, and it's the Nasfat Swimming Paralympics event that happened at the coast. From me, Jesse Jackson Kauraisa, I would love to laugh and leave you.
Okay, so my name is Kila de Oliveira. I'm a para swimmer from Infinity Aquatic Center. It's the club name. You can join anytime you want. You just need to call my coach. So, Infinity Aquatic Center is one of one of the country's top 10 American swimmers foundation, and we're the only ones in Namibia, and not the only ones in Africa, but the only ones in Namibia so far, and the only club. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you start swimming and how has the journey been for you?
I started swimming last year, early in the year, but I already knew how to swim, so my coach just taught me how to get better and faster in my techniques. So that's when I started. And swimming is great, but it's tiring, really tiring. But once you get a hang of it, you're okay.
Okay, so now this will be your first time participating in the national championships. How do you feel about that?
Nervous. I'm really nervous, but after lots of training, I'm okay. I'll be nervous even though I'm in the water, but I have to get all those thoughts out of my head and just focus on my swimming.
Thank you so much, Kayla, and good luck for the rest of the day. Go.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Owen Robopla. I'm swimming 6 years, and as 2018 start my coaches is Nick and Sonia. They're the best. I love swimming all the way, and if I get the best of the best, I will still swim and go to America, Germany, France, everywhere in town. Big places. In oh yeah. So everything I do is from my family.
Hello, my name is Ruo Bakena. I'm from Botswana and I swim for Propellers. And this is my second time in Namibia doing the nationals. And it's actually a good experience. Yes, the competition is tough, but I'm managing to push through and get at least 3 medals to bring back home. And I've been swimming for 8 years. So yeah.
Okay, so you just mentioned that it's not your first time participating in Namibia's nationals. Take us through how the other years went for you.
The first time I was here, it was tough. It was back in 2022, I think. Yeah, and it was really hard, but I managed to finish the races and come back home. But at least I didn't get a medal, but at least I tried.
Yes, definitely. Today you're gonna try again, and hopefully we'll see you next year.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Leru.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Lasse from Germany. I study at Stellenbosch this year in the master's degree of law, and this year I was invited by the Namibian Swimming Federation and the LaRue family to join in the Namibian National Championships. I really enjoyed having a great time here, and I love the spirit that the Namibian sports swimmers all have. Thank you so much.
Now, first of all, welcome to the country.
Thank you so
welcome
much.
to
Appreciate
the nationals. But tell us how you feel that you're participating in our country's national events as a foreign exchange
It's a
student.
great honor. I never expected it to when I arrived in South Africa in February that I would be swimming in Namibia, the national championship. So I'm very, very happy and very glad that I got the people that I met, and they kind of made this all possible. So thank you again for the LaRue family, also to Marty's Aquatics who helped me get here and also set PBs here at this very important gala for me.
Okay, now in which categories are you competing in, and are you looking forward to it? What are some of the tactics that you'll be using, some discipline techniques possibly?
Yeah. So I'm competing in the Masters category. I like to call us the Legends as well because we're the oldest category, 25 and over. I would have actually liked to compete in the age groups, but that is absolutely fine because I guess I'm old now now 25 years old. I compete in the freestyle and in the breaststroke events, the short ones, because I'm not as quick anymore.